Today we're talking about counting rests. The quick and easy version of how to count rests is it's the same as counting notes. We just put anything that's a rest in parentheses. So let's pretend that we had one measure of quarter rests like this. We would count it the same as we do quarter notes. So each quarter rest gets a beat. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Each quarter rest gets a beat, except since it's a rest, we put it in parentheses. We know the beat goes by, but we don't say anything. Let's do a quick example using a quarter rest. We've got a half note, which gets 2 beats. So we're going to write 1 and 2 on the line because it takes up 2 beats. This quarter rest will take up beat 3, but since it's a rest, we put it in parentheses. Then we've got a quarter note that gets its own beat. That's beat 4. Here we've got some half rests. Half rests are just like half notes. They get 2 beats. So beats 1 and 2, but it's a rest, so it's in parentheses. Beats 3 and 4, and it's a rest, so it's in parentheses. Let's try an example using a half rest. We've got a quarter note on beat 1, that's all of beat 1. And the next quarter note is beat 2, and then the half rest gets 2 beats, 3 with 4 on a line, but since it's a rest, we put it in parentheses. The whole rest is just like a whole note. It gets 4 beats, so we write 1 with 2, 3, and 4 on a line, and since it's a rest, we put it in parentheses. Let's try an example that includes a whole rest. We've got a half note to start this exercise, 2 beats, 1 with 2 on a line. Quarter note is all of beat 3, quarter note is all of beat 4. Here's our whole rest. We put 1 with 2, 3, 4 on the line, but it's a rest, so it goes in parentheses. Next measure, 1 and for the 2 eighth notes, half a beat, 1 and 2, and then a half note to finish the exercise with 3 and 4 on the line. Eighth rests are just like eighth notes. They get half of a beat. So if they're on the beat, they get a number. If they're on the second half of the beat, they'll be given an and. And we're going to put those in parentheses. So here we'd have 1, but it's in parentheses because of rest. Here's an and in parentheses because of rest. And we'll keep this going all the way through this measure. Let's try this example that uses some eighth rests. Here we've got an eighth note that starts on the beat, so it gets the 1 for this measure. Then we have an eighth rest on the second half of the beat. Second half of any beat is and, but since it's a rest, it goes in parentheses. Here again, we've got an eighth note on the beat, so it gets the 2, and the eighth rest is on the second half of the beat, so it gets an and put in parentheses because it's a rest. Half note gets 2 beats, so that's a 3 with 4 on the line. Up top, you can see all of the rests here that we talked about today. We've got the whole rest on the left that gets 4 beats, half rests that get 2 beats each, 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter rests that each get 1 beat of rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, and our eighth notes. All of the eighth notes on the beat get a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of them on the second half of the beat get an and. There's our 4 ands. Everything, if it's a rest, goes in parentheses. Let's take a look at this example on the bottom. We've got a half note to start. That gets 2 beats, 1 with 2 on a line. Got an eighth note on the beat. It gets a number, that's 3. Eighth rest on the second half of the beat, that's and, but since it's a rest, in parentheses. And a quarter note to finish the measure, that's 4. Then we've got a whole rest. That gets 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4 on the line, in parentheses because it's a rest. Here's another rest, it's our quarter rest. It gets 1 beat, in parentheses, 2 eighth notes. The one on the beat gets a number. The second half of the beat gets an and then we got 2 beats of rests with the half rest here. That's 3 with 4 on a line, and put it in parentheses. Thanks for watching.